Mi propia historia de fantasmas verdadera. Todo comenzó en una fría noche de invierno. Estaba viajando por un pequeño pueblo en el campo de Inglaterra. Mi trabajo como escritor me había llevado a muchos lugares, pero este parecía diferente. El pueblo estaba tranquilo, casi demasiado tranquilo, con antiguas casas de piedra y calles estrechas. Había escuchado historias extrañas sobre esta zona, pero no creía en fantasmas. Hasta esa noche. Había reservado una habitación en una posada local. El posadero, un hombre amable pero misterioso, me llevó a mi habitación en el extremo más alejado del edificio. Era una habitación acogedora, con una gran chimenea y una pequeña ventana que daba al oscuro bosque. Después de desempacar, me senté junto al fuego, leyendo un libro, cuando de repente escuché un extraño ruido. Al principio, pensé que era el viento. El sonido era suave, como si alguien susurrara. Pero luego, se hizo más fuerte. Dejé de leer y escuché con atención. Venía del pasillo. Curioso, me levanté y abrí la puerta. El pasillo estaba vacío, pero los susurros continuaban. Parecían venir del piso de arriba. Sintiendo una mezcla de miedo y emoción, tomé una vela y subí las escaleras. Los viejos escalones de madera crujían bajo mis pies mientras avanzaba lentamente. Al llegar a la parte superior, los susurros se detuvieron. El aire estaba frío, y podía ver mi aliento a la luz de la vela. Caminé por el estrecho pasillo, revisando cada habitación. Todas las puertas estaban cerradas con llave, excepto una al final. Con mano temblorosa, empujé la puerta. Dentro había una pequeña y oscura habitación con una sola silla en el centro. En la silla estaba sentado un anciano, de espaldas a mí. Tenía el pelo blanco y llevaba un largo abrigo negro. Sentí un escalofrío recorrer mi espalda. Disculpe, dije, tratando de sonar tranquilo, ¿puedo ayudarle? El hombre no se movió. Me acerqué, con el corazón latiendo con fuerza. Cuando extendí la mano para tocarle el hombro, la silla giró. Pero estaba vacía. No había nadie allí. Retrocedí de un salto, asustado. La silla giraba lentamente, como si alguien invisible hubiera estado sentado en ella. Aterrorizado, corrí escaleras abajo y le conté al posadero lo que había sucedido. Me miró con ojos tristes y dijo, «Ah, ya lo has conocido, ¿verdad? Ese es el fantasma del señor Thompson. Vivió aquí hace muchos años, pero murió en esa misma habitación. Todos los huéspedes que se quedan aquí eventualmente lo ven». No supe qué decir. ¿Fue un sueño? ¿O realmente vi un fantasma? Esa noche apenas dormí. La imagen de la silla vacía me perseguía. A la mañana siguiente, empaqué mis cosas y salí de la posada tan rápido como pude. Mientras caminaba por el pueblo, no pude evitar mirar por encima del hombro, medio esperando ver al señor Thompson siguiéndome. Desde esa noche, nunca he sido el mismo. Todavía no creo en fantasmas, pero nunca olvidaré lo que pasó en ese pequeño y tranquilo pueblo. Y tal vez, solo tal vez, hay cosas en este mundo que no podemos explicar.
The story of Skottet's ghost. In the heart of Finland's dense forests, nestled between rugged hills and quiet lakes, lay the old Skottet manor. The Skottet family, once prosperous landowners, had long lived in isolation, their wealth fading as the forest slowly reclaimed the land around them. Whispers of strange happenings had surrounded the family for generations, but nothing ever quite matched the terror that began one fateful autumn night. It all began when Lars Skottet, the last of his line, found himself at odds with his neighbor, a simple farmer named Vilho. The quarrel had begun over land rights, but as tempers flared, it turned into a bitter feud. Lars, a man known for his hot temper and sharp wit, threatened to take everything Vilho had. One evening, in a fit of rage, Lars challenged Vilho to a duel, a relic of an old tradition. Vilho, a proud man, but without Lars's wealth or connections, reluctantly accepted. The duel took place at dawn near the edge of the forest, with only the howling wind and the swaying pines as witnesses. As the first light crept over the horizon, the men raised their pistols. The shot rang out, echoing through the Vilho collapsed instantly, his life fading into the cold earth. Lars stood over him, his hand trembling as he realized what he had done. In the heat of the moment, he had never expected to kill the man, he had only wanted to prove a point. Consumed by guilt, Lars fled the scene, leaving Vilho's body to be discovered by his heartbroken wife and son. In the months that followed, Lars's life became unbearable. Though no one ever accused him of murder, duels were still considered honorable by some. The guilt gnawed at him day and night. Soon, strange occurrences began to plague the manor. At night, Lars would hear footsteps echoing through the halls, the creaking of floorboards as if someone unseen was pacing outside his door. Evening, as the first snow of winter dusted the ground, Lars awoke to the sound of knocking. It was a slow, deliberate knock, as if someone was tapping on the old wooden door to the manor. When he opened it, there was no one there, only the faint outline of footsteps in the snow leading away into the forest. That same night, he heard a voice whispering his name in the wind. Lars, Lars. The villagers, aware of the duel, began to gossip that Vilho's spirit had returned. They claimed that his ghost wandered the forest at night, seeking justice for his untimely death. The rumors grew wilder. Some said Vilho's wife had cursed Lars, while others insisted that the forest itself was angry, for blood had been spilled where peace had once reigned. The turning point came one stormy night when Lars, now half mad with fear and guilt, decided to confront the spirit. Armed with the same pistol that had taken Vilho's life, he ventured into the forest. The wind howled as the trees bent under the weight of the storm, but Lars pushed forward, determined to put an end to the haunting. In the forest, by the site of the duel, Lars found a figure standing in the clearing. It was Vilho, pale as death, his eyes gleaming in the moonlight. His clothes were tattered, as if he had risen from the grave. Lars froze, his heart pounding, as Vilho's ghost spoke. "You took my life, Lars," the ghost said, his voice cold and hollow. "Now you will never know peace. This land is cursed, and your bloodline will end with you." Terrified, Lars raised the pistol, his hands shaking as he aimed at the spectre. But before he could fire, Vilho's ghost vanished into the mist, leaving Lars alone in the forest. He collapsed to the ground, overwhelmed with dread, realizing there was no way to undo what he had done. Skottet Manor fell into ruin. Lars was found dead by his servants a few weeks later, his face twisted in terror, clutching the very pistol he had used in the duel. The land around the manor was abandoned, and no one dared to live there again, fearing that the ghost of Vilho still wandered the woods, seeking retribution. And so the story of Skottet's ghost lived on, a chilling reminder that some debts could never be repaid, and some spirits never rested.